Shraddha here. First of all, warm welcome to GlitzVisionUSA. And tell me something. Your film has released. It has, people are loving it. So tell me, how is the feeling right now?
Initially, what happened is that the film was supposed to release on a Thursday, and it did not release because of some issues. And it released on Friday, and there was this whole, the fans over there of basically the hero is Kiccha Sudeepa, who's a youth star down south, and so his fans went, berserk. And then the next day the film released, and I mean it still collected a lot of money, and it's done really well. And for me, I started getting messages from fans after 2 days of the movie. And I have not yet seen the film, by the way. I shot for it for almost 3 years. Right. And all I got to know was from the stories that these fans were putting up and the reviews that I was getting from them directly. That's all that I got to know. And it was massive. The way they responded. They even they were calling me by my character's name, which is Kangana. I play an Interpol officer in that, and it was just too good because the kind of messages I was getting was just awesome, because I didn't expect it, since it was not a typical quintessential heroine character where I am dancing around or having a song also. I didn't even have a song in the movie. I just play an Interpol officer and with really, really short hair throughout the film. And generally the South audiences, like the typical heroine who is, very glamorous and everything. But this was not that kind of a character. But to get this kind of a response has been overwhelming.
Right. Since you are someone who has worked in, Bollywood, you have done web series, you have done films across, languages. Okay. How is it, when a film is success in Bollywood and when a film is success, in other language industries, say you can say a South industry, what are the audience reaction, or, how is success different when it comes to, different industries?
I think the fans are more dedicated down south, because I have seen that, and I think the response I have received for even the dubbed films of my South films, which come on TV. Right. There are people from Bombay who actually know me more from those dubbed films, say with an Allu Arjun like Arya 2, rather than a Hindi movie that I've done with a really big production and star. So I think there is a massive craze for South movies and for these languages. And if you even see my Instagram, for example, the kind of engagement, even if whatever I post or do from these fans is just massive, So I think I'm really grateful to be a part of this kind of an industry, and the fact that everything has gone pan-India now. I don't think there is any such divide anymore, with respect to it. Yeah.
Right. Working with a star like Kiccha Sudeepa, he is a very big, celeb over there, also Bollywood. I mean, people also, love and know him in India. So when you work with one of such caliber, what you make sure your side, that you don't get overshadowed, and so what are the things which you take care of when you portray your character? I mean, are you nervous, or are you very confident and secure actor?
See, I think when you are working in a very big heroes movie, you are not going to be. First of all, you're supposed to be grateful that you're working in such a big stars movie and getting a role, like I said, which is not that typical running around tree kind of a role. And so I was very grateful that I got to be a part of a movie where he's the hero. And apart from that, I think I always just make sure that before signing a script that if you remove my character from the film, will it make any difference to the movie or not? And it would make a difference to remove that character from it. And that's all that matters to me. And that's the reason why I've almost done around 40 to 45 films, because that's what I've always cared about. And I really don't get worried about the fact that if I'm working in a big hero's film, will I get overshadowed? Obviously, let's be practical. It's about the market. He has a market and people are going to come and see the movie because of him. But if they like me in the movie, that's really good, because I get exposed to such a large audience because of this big star. So I don't think being overshadowed by him would be my worry in the least. Yeah.
Right. And Shraddha, also, you are referred as sequel queen, because you have been starred, in sequel. So when it comes to this thing, starring in sequel, how did it started, that you got this, tag and reference of sequel?
I don't know. It's just very strange. I don't know what is it, some luck or karma or what, that I always get sequels and remakes. I don't know
Okay.
how. And I end up being in some of the biggest sequels always.
Yeah.
Whether it's an Adu, whether it's Nagavalli, which is like Chandrakant is this thing,
Hmm.
Mantra 2, then there is Great Grand Masti, which was the third
Yeah.
sequel, and then there's Kotigobba 3. So I don't know, maybe it's just some luck thing that it comes to me, and it's actually a great thing because you know that the people will watch the movie because it's
Yeah.
already a hit
Mhm.
thing, and so I think it's just I've just been really lucky to be a part of
Right,
them.
right. Shraddha, since you have someone who have worked in, South, if I'm not wrong, you have worked in Bengali industries as well. You have worked in Bollywood. What is the, I mean, when it comes to the language wise, or maybe, the way they film a scene or a television or a web series, what has been the most challenging industry you have ever worked with when it comes to, the way a project has been made?
Well, I think obviously another language which is not your own language is the toughest.
Hmm.
But having said that, somehow I am very confident when I'm doing Telugu. Hindi,
Okay.
obviously, but the funniest thing is that Bengali being my mother tongue, and I'm born and brought up in Mumbai. So my
Right.
Bengali is not the typical Bengali of the Kolkata people, which is the proper Bengali.
Yeah.
And I feel embarrassed when I speak over there. People start making fun of me. It sounds really funny.
Okay.
So I think I'm most nervous in my own mother tongue because
Okay.
I really do my lines very well because I know that I'll be ridiculed on a set if I don't say the Bengali correctly,
Hmm.
in spite of Bengali. So I
Hmm.
think for me that's the most difficult thing. I mean, if you took me to say Chinese, Japanese, any language, I'll be very confident because I have great, I have good grasping skills and a good memory. And I do learn the language. I mean, I do learn my lines. I never take prompting. I cannot
Hmm.
take prompting. So,
Yeah.
but Bengali is the toughest. I'm most nervous in Bengali.
Right. And Shraddha, tell me something. As someone who works, properly in Bengali industry, whether it's South or whether it's Bollywood, what do you think? As an actor, rather than just concentrating on one industry, you decided to work in a lot of industry. So, was it a decision that maybe it opened a lot of doors for you, or when did you decide that you're going to be part of every industry and with every stream, whether it's web series or a movie?
I really did not decide that. It's just that, initially, just like any other person who struggled to get work, I used to go and give auditions, and I must have given around 1,000 auditions, gotten rejected, replaced in
Hmm.
movies, and all of that. And I finally signed one Hindi film called Lahore, which took 2 years to make. But during that movie, I also auditioned for a South film, and then that South film didn't release. And there was so much that happened that just by chance that I ended up, working in South films, and then Arya 2 happened, which
Yeah.
got me popular overnight. And then that opened up many more. Once you do one language, then you get other languages as well in South. And then I don't know. It's just that I auditioned for a Bengali film that also was with Peter Pandey's production. So things just worked out. Initially itself, I worked in 3-4 languages. Through these
Right.
auditions, I got these roles, and my career was already set in all these languages, wherein all I have to do is I get a call and I know the script and I do it. And that keeps me very secured as an actor
Yeah.
because of the fact, obviously now with the OTT also coming up, it's not just movies. There's so much in every language. So if it's not Bengali, then I'm doing Kannada. If I'm not doing Kannada, then I'm doing Telugu. If not Telugu, then Hindi. And it's just happened. Not by chance, definitely the fact that I've worked hard and given auditions and done it. But I guess being a really studious child in school and being a nerd completely has helped me cope up with so many languages, because it's very difficult to actually learn 4-5 pages of a new language and then perform. So I guess that helps, and this has all happened this. Yeah.
Right. Shraddha, as you rightly said, working in, such industries, it make you secure as an actor in a lot of aspect. But then apart from the language barrier, what is the challenge also, when you work in, in different languages, what is the challenge which you faced?
Challenge in what way? Like in what terms are you
Challenges
asking
as in,
about?
to like to managing your time schedule, or maybe to managing the PR, when it comes to, because each industry functions very differently. So apart from the language barrier, juggling between such industries, what was the challenge you have faced, or what has been the difficult thing for you?
Well, I think the difficult thing would be that, for example, say what the audience likes in a South film, or like a Kannada audience has a different liking for the kind of heroine they like to see on
Yeah.
screen, or a Hindi audience. Say when I post a picture also on Instagram, say if I'm posting a sari picture, now there is a team of mine which would tell me that you should cater to the Bombay audience, you should cater to the South audience. The thing is that this is a very small example that I'm giving to you with just a picture, that when I post, say, a sari picture, it gets a massive response from my South audience majorly. And at that point of time, my stylist, for example, would be like, no, you should be styled according to like the North. And my team would be, you should be styled according to the South. And I'm like, okay, what about me? What do I want to do? So, with just a picture, there is so much of a difference, because I have clearly seen that the liking is very different of what they like from you, even with respect to performance, with respect to your look. And to keep that balance between all of them, like Bengali is something where it's completely performance oriented and serious, and then Kannada Telugu really like glamorous heroines a lot. Tamil Malayalam has a more I'd say contemporary, very like they like actresses say non de-glam, and Hindi has a completely different thing. So I guess the challenge is to balance all of that. And over the last few years, I've become very selective when it comes to choosing things now, and especially after the release of Kotigobba 3 and it becoming a hit. So I guess it's not that difficult, because I do see to it that I keep myself, I only work 15 days a month, and I keep myself free, because I like coming back home to my dogs and doing my own thing and being at home a lot. So I work majorly 15 days a month only. So it's not that much of a stress.
Yeah. What are your upcoming projects? I mean, are you more inclined now towards web series, or films are something which we are going to see in future? So anything which you can say about your future projects?
Well, I think any good project with a good script, but definitely a very good director and team is very important for me, whichever language it is. And this year, I am going to be focusing a little more on Hindi as well. So I am in talks with a few people with respect to signing something good in Hindi. And the reason why I have done very less is because half the time I'm not shooting, I'm shooting outside. And I just want that, whatever I do, I think the last thing that I did was Babu Moshai Bandukbaz in Hindi with Nawazuddin. And that's quite some time ago. And I always want to do something. I want to do something which is maybe better than that or on par with that. And now I will be signing something in Hindi. But apart from that, I have a web series called Sleeper Cell in Bengali that's releasing all over on a platform called Mojoplex, which is an international platform. And then there is a movie called Ardham, which is releasing in Telugu, Tamil, Kannada, and Malayalam. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Lastly, I wanted to, since, being someone, who has, start from scratch, and then, working in multiple industry, working on yourself, especially, just to accommodate, as per the requirement of every industry, how has been the journey? Has it been difficult? Has it been a roller coaster ride? How has the journey for you?
Yeah, that's the word, roller coaster ride. It has been very difficult. It's not been easy. I really don't have anyone who to guide me through whatever. Everything is my own knowledge and decision and information, and through my own mistakes that I've learned over so many years. I have actually done so many movies where I've played the parallel lead or the second lead, and done so many movies where I've actually not played the main lead. I've done the second lead character, and I have just made a name slowly over 10 to 12 years with that, wherein I've reached a place where now I can call the shots and select a movie that I want to, where I am the primary character and all of that. So it has not been easy that I just got a movie straight away where I play the typical heroine who's the only lead in the film and all of that. Also, there have been times where I have been cut off from movies after shooting. The scenes have been cut. I've not been in the poster, trailer, publicity, whatnot. So I think till the end, it's like basically a juggle and a gamble wherein you don't know what will happen. But I have learned slowly, I've learned the ropes. And, yeah, I think the experience helps. Experience really does help in all areas when it comes to being an actor. It's just not about acting in front of the camera. It's about managing a lot of things, the team. Yeah. Everything. So I guess that only comes with so many years of experience, especially when you don't have, say, someone to really guide you, or hold your hand and guide you. So yes, it's been amazing, and yeah, I finally reached a place where I'm quite secure and happy. Yeah.
Right. Anything which you want to say to your fans or to the viewers, that what can they expect, from the future line of your work? What would that be?
Well, all I want to tell them is that so what happens every time that I post anything on Instagram or a poster of mine, say holding a gun in a shirt, the first thing they're like, "Where are you? Why are you not in a sari?" So all I want to tell you is that please accept me in all other kinds of looks and characters and movies, and I promise you that you won't be disappointed. And yeah, and thank you for your constant support and love. That's it.
Thank you so much, Shraddha, and all the best for your future projects. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Hi, this is Adnan Khan, and this
is Isha Singh,
and you're watching us on
GlitzVision
USA.